What's up, everyone? I'm back here with the continuation of my my review for the 3D printed knockoffs. 3D printed plasticell knockoffs of Raphael and Donatello. So, from the previous video, if you didn't watch it, I opened these up out of box, Raphael and Donnie, and they were broken. They were damaged, but they weren't really that bad because of the way they were damaged. Like, I could just glue them back on with some crazy glue, and that's what I did. I actually went ahead and contacted the seller. At first I was asking him for basically replacements, and you know, the seller was kind of actually taking too long to respond. It's okay, they responded before, it's just they take a while to respond. And I started thinking about it and said, you know what? Forget it. Don't even send me the replacements. I think I can do this myself. It doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't. And I'm happy with what I got. Well, with what I got. If the seller does end up contacting me back and says, okay, I'm going to tell him, nah, don't worry about it. Never mind. If he says, no, I can't send you replacements, that's okay too. I tried. I had to try. But even if he says yes now, I'm just gonna say forget it. Keep them, because look at this. Look at them right now. You tell me. They don't look that bad, honestly. Like, if you saw the previous video when I took them out of the boxes, to start with, Raphael, like from the ankles, not even from the ankles, like halfway through the feet, they snapped. They were all snapped. Here, I'll give you some better lighting here, so you can see where I glued them back on. If I have like the light right up against them, which I'm doing right now. It's definitely like, it's visible if you do like super close HD or with a magnifying glass, or you know, with like crazy lighting. But when I put them back here, you're not seeing any of that. You're not caring about any of that. Look at that. He just looks amazing. And a lot of times that's how I'm seeing them in my display case. You know, you guys see them here in my little studio, my little sewer studio, but I'm keeping these guys in my collection. I'm not buying these to just buy them. You know, I don't have people sending me free figures. I gotta buy these out of my own wallet, out of my own personal expense. So I'm collecting the same way you guys are, trying not to spend too much money on things and trying not to get ripped off as best as possible, or getting you know scammed or whatever it is. Just trying to avoid those situations in the first place. So, you know, honestly, this guy did right by me. The seller did right by me, because I had no problem with Mikey, no problem with Leo. They did come individually, so that's probably why they didn't come in damaged. And he did right by me by these. It's just they didn't make the shipping, you know, the travel, the trip. The trip was a little rough for them. Also, let me stop my rambling here. Right here, that right there, the side, that was snapped, and I didn't notice it. In the previous video, I don't know if anybody caught it, but I didn't. And this thing was dangling off the side on a hair hanging on there. Because of that, I just went ahead and just lightly tethered it to like pull it off completely, so that there's no paint removal or chipping. And I went ahead and super glued that too. Crazy glued. No super glue. No super glue. We don't use super glue here. We're using crazy glue. Crazy glue is the ticket right now for this. And you don't want to put a lot. If you put too much, what will end up happening is, like right here, it'll seep through the cracks a little bit and it'll dry like that. If that happens to you, you're best off to leave it like that. Don't try wiping it off. I repeat, do not try wiping that little tiny bit of residue of crazy glue that squeezes out the crack when you put it back together, because you're gonna end up making it worse. That's pretty much it. You make it worse. All right. But yeah, it was the 2 feet and the side that were snapped off. And now, with some crazy glue and a little bit of patience, there you go. He's back to normal. I'm fine with him. I really am. I'm really happy with him and how he came out. Like the paint, I keep picking him up and putting him back. The paint job is really good for, you know, what it is, a 3D print. It could be better, obviously. You know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I'm very happy with what I got. I was just disappointed about the, you know, the damage that they came in. Also, no acne, no turtle acne. For those of you who are like, what are you talking about? If you didn't see my previous videos, I did a review on each one of these guys, Leo and Mikey, and now Raph and Donnie. You see this down here? I call that acne. It's, you know, what happens when you paint, sometimes it leaves this little residue mark, or it comes off the brush, or this is technically the dripping. This is the paint dripping when it's drying. And, you know, it kind of looks like acne, so I call it turtle acne. Turtle zits. Leo's got some. Mikey doesn't have that much. He's got a little bit under his chin, that's it. And he's got some shell acne, because, you know, turtles get zits on their shells, apparently. But as for RAPHAEL, yeah, he's good. He's clean as a whistle. He's got a couple of bumps on his shell, but not really noticeable, to the point where it's like, ew, what is that? It's not even like, it's like, wow, that's all right. All right, now let's get to Donnie. Donnie, I got lucky. The only thing that broke with him was his staff, but unfortunately, I couldn't find everything in the box. So there's a piece that's always going to be chipped away and missing from the staff. And that sucks, right? But it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal because, you know, honestly, it's in the back. So I have to put him overhead so you can see that. But when I put him in the front, which is the way I'm always going to have him, he looks fine. You can't even tell where it snapped off, but it's there. It's in that spot. I have to rotate it all the way. So from that spot that's cracked, if you rotate all the way around, it's right there at the finger, but you can't see it because I barely put any glue on it. Like, I put glue, but I got it right with the staff so that there's no residue sticking out the edge, so it came out even better. When I do that, it's pretty obvious. You can see that. Maybe I can find that exact kind of paint and touch it up, but I prefer not. I prefer to just leave it. It's really not that big a deal to me. It sucks, but it could be worse. And, you know, I get how much work is put into these, painting them wise. These are hand painted. This Donatello came out great, in my opinion. Now, the only thing I'm a little confused about is, like, what was he going for with this face? Because I'm used to this face from the movies. Absolutely. That's the movie face. I've gone through this before with the other two turtles on how this guy did a perfect blend between the movie turtles and the cartoon turtles, color-wise and face-wise and the shape of the shell wise. You know, like, I see the movie turtles, but only with Donatello, only with him, when I put him sideways, he just looks more like from the movie, as opposed to, I don't know, like from the front view. R2-D2 is telling me the time is over. So this is going to be it for the review. I hope you guys stuck around long enough to see the second part, so you see that they're not broken, they're okay. I'm not getting a refund, I'm not getting a replacement. I'm just going to keep these guys because I fixed them with crazy glue, because I'm crazy. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. If I haven't learned English yet, I will learn it tonight and tomorrow and the rest of my life, because I'm a sometimes. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the likes and all the subscribes, and keep watching. I got more stuff coming real soon. Peace.